It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, don't you think so?
It is.
Yes.
It is. It's a nice day out.
Yeah, I'm David Stroud. This is Scooter Scott Kelly's.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Got to get the whoop, whoop in there.
Well, yeah, I enjoy it. I know Bob is like, nix it. Come on.
Nix it.
But I, you know, it's a great way to start the day. It gets me woke up.
See, there you go.
I feel like I got bags under my eyes. This getting up at 5:30 is for the birds.
5:30, you're sleeping in.
For you?
Yes.
That is. This old boy gets up way too early. I don't know how he does it.
3:30.
How? I couldn't do it. I mean, you're
Alarm
talking.
goes
You
off,
get what?
you get up. You get up, you jump in the shower, you're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pass. And with that, we'll go to the morning prayer. Brought to you by Roller Funeral Home. With all our respect, they have 29 in the state and 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. They're here to serve you in your time of need. When you lose a loved one, it's a very difficult time, and we need people like them. We appreciate them. So now we'll take a moment for the morning prayer. Dear Lord, I've asked plenty of times, and I'm going to keep asking to watch over our nation. The division is so rife right now that it's being stoked by people, and I'd ask you to put your hand on their shoulder to stop what they're doing, to try to bring us together instead of divide us even more. And you know who I'm talking about. I think we all know who I'm talking about. So in this I pray, amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect, go see them for pre-needs. It's good to have a plan in place before, you know, it happens, because it's a very good, difficult time. You're sad, and it's good to have them there to take care of you, that everything's already set. And yeah,
just takes a bad time and makes it a little bit easier for everybody else.
Just a little bit. And you know, it's really a celebration of life, because that's what, you know,
I agree.
Carla doesn't want everybody to be sad. My wife, she wants a fiesta or siesta or whatever.
There you go.
She wants tacos there and margaritas. She wants everybody to laugh and tell stories about her. It's, you know, I keep telling her I want to go before she does, because I don't want to be here by myself. But in the event that that does happen, she will get what she wants, and that's a fiesta.
There you go.
Yeah. So now we're going to take a short break and hear from Bob and Linda Zadora, and we'll be back.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora, the Z Team, at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Welcome back. That was Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team, and they like to bring us a beautiful shot of the White River. I love to see it every morning.
It's a nice shot this morning.
Look at that. Blue sky, got some fogginess over the water.
There may be a boat. I think there's a boat moving right at the bottom.
There it is. Wouldn't you like to be there right now?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to call it a day. Thank you for watching the morning show.
We're gone fishing.
We're going to go to that exact spot.
I'll put a little emblem up. It says gone fishing.
So this is overlooking Cotter, Arkansas. They're in Marion County, looking into Baxter County.
It's just resetting. It'll be right back.
And off in the distance, in the center, is Missouri. There's the live feed that zooms in to a mountain, and every day that I'm here, I talk about finding out the name of this mountain. So if it zooms in on this spot and you know it, please give us a call. And so off to the left, you've got the Rainbow Bridge. In the distance is Bull Shoals. To the right is Mountain Home. And Bob and Linda Zadora are very blessed to have this view every morning to wake up to, and every night to before they go, the sun goes down and before they go to bed. It's it's an amazing shot. And
let's see if we can get this.
I need to get on that
I think I
river.
got this mountain you're talking about. Is this the one?
That's it. Now it's
almost covered.
Yeah, a little foggy, but it's still sticking up there. And so if you know the name of that mountain or know somebody that might know the name of that mountain, and you're probably like, well, I ain't got a clue where that's even at, even from the camera shot. But
well, you'll know here in a minute, because here in a minute it'll back out. It only stays about 10 or 15 seconds, and then it starts backing out, and then it'll go to another location. It's really cool because you get to see so many things. But now that'll give you an idea how far that mountain is.
And how many miles do you think that zooms in? 2?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, it's definitely a very powerful camera. You did well by setting that up for them. And there's the Rainbow Bridge, Cotter, Arkansas. It's a beautiful place. They've got the White Sands restaurant, very good place to go eat. So take a trip down there and check out what they're seeing. You'll see if you're at the ball field and just look up across the river, and you'll see the back of their house where the camera is set. And the Z Team brings you that every day, all the time, 24/7 at retiredtoarkansas.net.
It's what Bob calls God's country.
God's country, and he's right. And you can find their listings. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, contact Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team. They're with Century 21 League Mac Realty. Give them a call, 870-405-0793. Realtors you would recommend to a friend, I recommend them to you. They can get the job done. So let's take a look at the weather, brought to you by the Z Team. In Mountain Home, it's 62. In Harrison, 61. Batesville is 64. Yellville is 60. Marshall, Arkansas at 59, Salem at 60, Mountain View at 59, Calico Rock 62, West Plains, Missouri 60, Springfield, Missouri 56, Poplar Bluff, Missouri 62, St. Louis at 62. And it looks like most places is sunny. They got a little fog in Mountain View, Marshall, Arkansas, Springfield, Missouri, but yeah, that's looking pretty good today. It stayed. I'm going to press play, the national radar. Usually I have to refresh this. There we go. We got some showers up in Seattle area. No surprise. Some right there on the border of Canada into North Dakota. Over the top of us is looking pretty good. The Northeast has some heavy activity. Rain showers, thunderstorms. There's some red and yellow in there. So, there could be somebody watching, because they'll watch on Facebook or YouTube. And if you're in the New York area, it looks like it's surging up into Maine. I can't tell. Let's zoom in here. Montpelier? What state is that in? New Hampshire, sorry. I've been everywhere across these great United States except for the Northeast, so I'm not real familiar with their area. We'll zoom into our area where it's looking perfect. We got
perfect is good.
No shower activities, no green, no red, no yellow. I'll take it. So we'll move on.
Yeah. For how long though?
Yeah, don't say that. Let's see. This is severe weather for Wednesday. So if you're Back to the Future, we're going to move on. Please hold.
They haven't updated that one.
Yeah. And so our advisories is the northwest part of Arkansas down in the Fort Smith area over into Oklahoma is dense fog advisory. If you're going to be traveling in that area, it'll probably dissipate within 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Quick.
Yeah, be gone pretty quick, but just be careful if you're out driving in that area. Otherwise, we're looking pretty good across the state. Southern Missouri and northern Arkansas is looking great today for a Thursday. 7-day forecast. Today we have some patchy fog, but then sunny, high at 81. Tonight mostly clear, then a chance of thunderstorms, low of 62. Friday 80% chance of severe thunderstorms. It came back. High of 78.
Friday was supposed to initially be good, but apparently not. Everything got pushed back maybe.
Yeah, Mother Nature likes to do it. But the weekend is looking good. Friday night is mostly cloudy, low of 63. Saturday is partly sunny, high of 84. Saturday night mostly clear, low of 65. Sunday, it's sunny, high of 91. Sunday night mostly clear, low of 71. Monday is sunny, high at 96.
We're jumping back up.
So you got to figure it'll probably feel like it's 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or better.
Pollen count for the area is moderate today, and again, none tomorrow, none Saturday, which we know is.
It always says none tomorrow, none Saturday.
It's gonna probably be
tree pollen's never going away.
It's so grass pollen today is moderate, tomorrow is moderate, and Saturday is high.
Because it's going to dry and people are going to start mowing.
Right. North Fork Lake water level 572.89. It's still about 21 feet above full pool. Bull Shoals Lake water level, it's at 688.20. It's about 30 feet above full pool.
Dropping a little bit.
Yeah. And we were talking to Arkansas Game and Fish yesterday. On the 15th, if conditions are right, they're going to be opening up the gates. So if you're going to be on the rivers, be very cautious. Right now, I called in, and it's still talking about Sunday's flow. I don't know what it's at, but just be mindful that in about a week, they're going to open them up, and they're going to let them water roar. So if you're going to be on the white, be very, very careful. And that is a look at your weather, brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora. Give them a call at 870-405-0793. Go to retiredarkansas.net. Check out their listings. The MLS listings are on there also. They can help you with those. And yes, realtors you would recommend to a friend. Bob and Linda Zadora. With that, we'll take a break and we'll come back with some community news.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever known?
All right, so welcome back to the morning show, and we want to enter you for a chance to win some prizes. This will be Thursday the 16th at the Old Harps. It'll be around 9 to 4, and it goes to the Twin Lakes Retired Police Scholarship Fund. Top 3 prizes. First prize, 2-day houseboat use courtesy of Bull Shoals Boat Dock. That would be awesome to win right there.
That would be a fun time.
Right, and to spend, to buy one ticket $5 and to win a houseboat, because those aren't cheap to rent.
No.
Second prize, $300 auto or boat detail by A+ Auto Marine Detail. Third prize, America the Beautiful 5-ounce uncirculated silver coin. So you can buy 5 tickets for $20 or 1 ticket for $5, and your generosity will benefit police members with college scholarships. They are a 501c3 charity, and scholarships are the best way to support youngins going to college. Kirsten got a lot of them, and we hope that you'll go by the Old Harps Thursday, the 16th, between 9 and 4, and buy you a ticket, or 2, or 3, or 5.
Sorry, we got Sheriff John Montgomery in the background. He's
okay, so we'll move on. During the summer, the Food Bank of North Central Arkansas is helping provide free meals for kids under the age of 18 in the Twin Lakes area. There are 5 sites, 4 in Baxter County, 1 in Searcy County, where kids can get a free meal each weekday. And so you can text food to 304-304, and you'll get a return message asking for an address. Once provided, a list of sites in your area will be returned to you in seconds. You can go to www.nokidhungry.org/help, and an interactive map allows parents and caregivers to easily locate summer meal sites near them. Or you can call 1-866-3-HUNGRY or 1-877-8-HOMBRE, and that's HMBRE, just in case you don't know how to spell hombre. Live operator will ask for a zip code and provide a list of sites in the caller's neighborhood. And some of these
That's
sites,
awesome, though.
yeah. One site, Donald W. Reynolds Library, which do so much for the community. You really need to go by there and check them out. And if you don't have a library card, get a library card. The LC Salmons Youth Center, Enoch, our buddy. Cotter Public Schools, the Salvation Army, and Searcy, the Searcy County Community Center. And so if you need food for your children, go by there because they'll feed them. Never let them go hungry, right?
There you go.
All right.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. With that, we'll take a break and we'll come back with our very own Baxter County Sheriff, John Montgomery.
Be right back. Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Welcome back to the morning show. Our guest is Sheriff John Montgomery here in Baxter County. Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Good morning. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on.
Sorry I couldn't be here last week, which I think was my normal schedule week.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, but just, you know, it's really been very busy. Of course, election time was busy. And kind of we're trying to wear 3 hats there during the election. I was not only, of course, having to be sheriff full time, but then trying to take off from time to time, getting up early, staying late, all the events with campaigning, and then doing a little construction project at the house. So trying to play, contractor and in spare time. So last week I can't even remember where I was at last week.
You were going to have to be in Little
That's
Rock.
correct.
You could be here for like a shortened portion of the show, but then had to head straight to Little Rock. So
that's right. You did mention that.
Yeah,
it was just easier to reschedule.
Yeah, and I was in Little Rock last week, and then this week I've been in Rogers Sheriff's Association meeting when the main topic was dealing with prison overcrowding and needing new beds, and then from there I had to be back for meet with attorneys, and then Quorum Court Tuesday night. Then I had to be in Little Rock yesterday, and so actually worked till almost 1 this morning, and so.
What do you like to do on your free time? No.
I was going to ask him, when do you sleep?
Well,
like Scooter, he doesn't.
Yeah. No, I mean, to me, it's, and I know I've got the election's over, and so that part's sort of out of the way, although I've tried, and I think I've got all the signs that we put out picked up. I did get a message yesterday. I think I may have missed one on one of the county roads. And if you're listening and I have missed one, either grab it or get a hold of me and we'll pick it up. But I was going out about 2 hours, trying to go out about an hour before work every morning and about 2 hours in the evening trying to pick them all up. And as my wife said, every sign you put out, you got to pick back up. Right. So blessed, though, I will tell you. Thank you to the voters, and because we didn't put signs out unless you called and asked for them. So if you noticed all the signs, that's the number of people that reached out and said, yeah.
Well, yeah, and so I, before the show, I was making sure my notes were good, and so I've got to read from this because I'm nervous as all get out.
Why?
Well,
I am too. Yeah, okay. I'm really nervous.
Well,
it petrifies me to do this show.
Here we go.
Okay, so you're in your 18th year, 17, 18?
Yeah, I'm 17 and a half. Yeah,
going into your 18th year. So he's been serving and protecting the citizens of Baxter County as our sheriff. And on election night, you received 69% of the vote and won in the primary. So, you're reelected. What would you like to say to the voters, and what are your thoughts about the election and how it went?
Well, first of all, I'm overwhelmed. I'm currently the second longest serving sheriff in Baxter County history, and that's an honor in itself. And election-wise, we ran on our record. I don't know how else to say it. We've made some pretty drastic changes the last I'm going to say 18 because it's almost 18 years. And
when you say changes, I say improvements.
Well, yes, I'll confer to that. That's a good point. We've made many improvements, and even if you go to the sheriff's office, if you've not been in the sheriff's office, or maybe you're retired or been a long time, you won't recognize it, because we've taken it. We want it to be a great place for the employees to work. We want it to be pleasant for people when they walk in the door. And so money has been, of course, tight. We feel like, conservative. We don't want to waste taxpayers' dollars, and so the vast majority of the remodeling that we've done has come either through donations or, say, sale of scrap material or whatever. And for in Scooter, I think the last time you were there, you've been there in the last couple of years inside?
Yeah.
Okay. So the hallways are all nice and the front lobby's very nice. Well, that didn't used to be that way. It's an old block building built in the early 70s. And so what we did, we would get a little bit of money, and seriously, the hallway, whatever it is, 150 feet long or whatever.
It's long.
We would do about 10 or 15 feet, and we'd put drywall up, and then the next year we'd do another 10 or 15 feet, and so it took a while. But again, we want it to be a great place for the people that walk in the door to have a good experience, and at the same time the employees that work there. And on that quick segue, we have a nonprofit called the Baxter County Sheriff's Foundation. It's a 501c3, started about 10 years ago, and people donate money to that. And so there was it was kind of funny. There was an elderly lady that has kind of, I don't know if I use the word adopted, but really likes the sheriff's office and law enforcement. So she got with two of her friends who are also elderly, and they made a donation, and we now have, again, not with tax dollars, with donations, we have a full exercise room upstairs for the admin, and we have one downstairs for patrol and jail.
That's
not
excellent.
Inmates, but the jailer people that work there. And I'm talking nice stuff. NordiTrack, not only stair steppers, but incline.
It went all out.
Went all out. Since then, she came back and she bought all new appliances for the break rooms in the Sheriff's Office, Administration Building, and the CID. So there's a sonic ice machine. Now, I know the years ago, what? But again, those weren't tax dollars. Those were donations. And to me, it helps because you're not going to get rich working for the sheriff's office. Fortunately, they're doing better now as of January 1st. But if you make it a great, which you want to come to work. It's there, and I think that's important because morale is important for our employees. Because if they're happy, then that reflects down when they deal with the public.
Yeah.
And so I think that's very important.
That is.
Sorry, I think I got off topic. But back to the election.
No, that's great. That's great to hear that people donate their money and time to help out the sheriff's office.
And on that same note, and I'll get back to your original question on the election. We have a board that thank you cards or letters come in, and they get pinned up so that everybody can look at them. It's full. And we get numerous ones. We used to call it the 20-to-1 rule. And back in the day, I will say, when I worked for the city, it used to be you'd get 20 complaints for one attaboy. And again, that's just the way, it's human nature. I'm not gonna reach out to you unless I'm upset about something. I would honestly say, and I think you could ask anybody that works there, it's probably the 50-to-1, if not the 100-to-1 compliments for every complaint for my staff.
That's excellent.
We do get people that call in and they're not happy about something, and we're going to investigate that to see if that's merited, and if we've messed up, we're going to try to make it right and go on. But that board is full all the time, and it's just unbelievable how many cards and letters come in every week.
Yeah. That's a testament to how many people voted for you. That's why you hit 69%.
Well,
you probably would have been a little bit more if you only had one other person running.
Well, we had two opponents, and to receive that big a percentage with a 3-person race is just it's exciting, but it's also humbling too to know that that many people are happy with what we've done, and. So I'm overwhelmed with the support, and very grateful to the voters, and again, thank you for putting your trust in me for the last 18 years.
Right.
Well, you got to look at it like this, though. Anybody running can run on their ideas of what they want to do and what they want.
He can run on his record,
and he can run on what I've already done.
Yeah,
and there's a difference. I mean, and to see that response on what you've already done, it should be a humbling.
Well, and to touch on that is during an election, people say things, and so I want to ask: is there any records you want to set straight today?
Well, there is one, and I don't respond to that, and typically to the stuff that's put out. I mean. And my staff gets upset because when they hear things that are, I'm not even going to use the word twisted. When they hear something that's an out-and-out lie, they get very upset. And I don't, because again, people are going to say what they're going to say. But there was one thing that came up that it just. My staff begged me to set the record straight, and I said, "No, we're just going to go on." But now that it's over, there was rhetoric that was put out that we had spent $125,000 on a telephone system at the sheriff's office, and we did that so it was video so that we could see each other when we talked on the phone. Well, we did buy a new new telephone system, and there are a few of them that are video. Okay, but I want to kind of clear that, and I've got the paperwork. I don't have it with me, but I've got the paperwork to back. I can prove it. So back in 2015 or 16, so it's been about 6 years ago, we changed telephone systems. We went to do that. We used to rent our equipment from the telephone company. Okay, and so we in order to change, we went with it's called voice over IP or internet phone service, but we had to purchase the equipment outright. So we used funds that actually, it's called special jail fees and some things like that. That's a fee that's tacked on to everybody that gets a traffic ticket or an arrest. That legislation was passed in, I don't know, 2010 or whatever it was. So the initial cost, and Scooter, if you do the math, this is gonna shock you, but we negotiated the deal, and so the initial cost, we bought 38 phones. 31 of them were regular telephones.
Sure.
The other 7 were video phones, and those video phones were put in the supervisor's offices so that if I call you, and let's face it, it's a difference when I can see your face.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those 38 phones cost about, I think it was just slightly less than $9,400.
Okay. Not 125.
But the cost savings, the amount that our bill was reduced per month was $1,050.
Wow. So over $12,000 a year. Yeah.
But we only spent $9,000.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So in less than a year, those phones were paid for, and we've been saving taxpayers $1,000 or $12,000 a year since then. So
where did this number come up?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Have no idea. It's kind of well.
All right.
There's other things been put out that I don't even want to go. But that particular one is frustrating because that not only was, you can't even say that was exaggerated. I mean, that was just blatant. And so, and again, my staff was very upset because what does that sound like? Well, of course, it sounds bad. I mean, let's face it.
It sounds horrible.
But when you look at it again, it couldn't be further from the truth, and we've been saving taxpayers money ever since.
Very good. And now that record's been set straight, and with that, we'll take a break, and we'll come back with Sheriff John in Montgomery and hear more about your day. I want to ask about your day. So, all right, when we come back.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
At Serendipity Bliss, we love turning your day into a once-in-a-lifetime memory by offering unique, beautiful, and specialized event and wedding rentals that can transform any atmosphere into something you will never forget. Whether it's your dream wedding, a golden anniversary, sweet 16 party, or a company event, we can make any event blissfully perfect. Serendipity Bliss carries unique specialty gifts and bridal jewelry and helps coordinate decor, table items, theme-related pieces, and more. Make your day blissfully perfect with Serendipity Bliss, located behind Car Care Mountain Home.
Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. Close to Lake Norfolk and a short journey to Jordan County Line Liquor is your destination for all your refreshment needs. They offer the widest variety of all your wines, beers, and liquors with the cleanest atmosphere and the largest selection in the area. Not sure what to get? Ask Jordan County Line Liquor's friendly and knowledgeable staff for an expert recommendation you can't go wrong with. Also, don't forget about the Smoker's Den for all your smoking and accessory needs. That's Jordan County Line Liquor, close to Lake Norfolk, located on Highway 177 in Jordan, Arkansas.
Hi.
May I? May I? Good morning, sunshine. Thank you.
Welcome back to the morning show. Good morning, sunshine.
That is the first time I've seen him ask, because normally he'll just take over.
Yeah,
that's
but
all right. I'm new.
But we're both nervous. We're both nervous.
About to hide behind the computer.
We're both nervous.
Yeah, same here.
Are you really?
No.
No.
Dang it.
I'm good.
We appreciate you coming on the show, Sheriff. One of the things that I asked my wife last night, I was like, what do you think I should ask him? And she said, well, ask, what's the most difficult part of the job? And, what's your typical day? What do you go through when you get into work and you hang your hat up at the end of the night?
Well, obviously, every day is a little bit different, but I would say typically I'm at work before 7 or around 7, and my day I usually leave work around 6 in the evening. Now, again, that's most days. So I've had people say, well, that's an 11-hour day. Why do you do that? Well, first of all, to me it's while the main office may be open 8 to 4:30, and you maybe appreciate this, but I can get a whole lot done between 7 and 8 when the doors aren't open and the phones aren't ringing. Same thing true when the doors close at 4:30. I can return phone calls and get a lot accomplished there. Because the problem, or no, I won't say problem. The challenge is that a lot of times you have to wear many hats. So as I tell, and I've got such an incredible group of supervisors. We call them lieutenants because they're department heads, and they run their section. And we have meetings every Monday morning. We have a staff meeting to discuss any things that may come up, issues or whatever, because a lot of times they'll overlap. Mm-hmm. So patrol, when they go out and make arrest, that goes to the criminal investigation division. Yeah. It also infects the jail because those people are transported to jail. So they all intertwine. But they run their departments and run it well. And so as I tell them, sometimes when a decision's made, if you're running the patrol division, you're going to be a little bit biased towards patrol. If you run the detective division, you're going to be a little biased there. I have to sit back and look at all of it, the overall view, and make the decisions. And one thing that's good, and I know I'm getting a little off, but one thing's good in those department meetings, my management team knows when those doors are closed, they can't, you can say whatever you want to say. We are behind closed doors. They have changed my mind many times over the last 18 years on issues that I felt like one particular way, and after the discussion was in there. Yeah. And really, there's only been a couple of times, because bottom line, it is ultimately my decision.
Sure.
There's really only been a couple of times where I went against their recommendation just because I felt that strong. Yeah. Because we're a team. Now, we can disagree all we want to out in there behind closed doors. Yeah. But before we leave, we're going to make sure we're all on the same page, because the bottom line, we serve the public. And so we've got to make sure that we're going to serve the public to the best of our ability. And so my typical day, back to the original question, again, get to work, it may be every report that's written, which our reports have doubled and almost tripled in the last 4 or 5 years, and so I try to scan a copy of every report. Now, I may not dig into every bit of the weeds, but I want to generally know what's going on in the county, whether it's an assault or an arrest or even a mailbox that's damaged. I just kind of want to at least have an overview, so that if you see me or you call me, chances are I'm going to at least
you've got a general idea
of what's going on. That's consuming a lot more time because of the sheer number of reports that's coming in. And so from there, returning, again, I return every phone call. Now, it may be you may call today, I may not get to call you back till tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm going to return those calls, and then open doors. So we, if you have an issue or people come by want to see me. Sometimes they just want to come by and say hi. Okay,
Sure.
and I'm going to do my very best to meet with anybody that comes in to see. Then there's meetings, like I mentioned. I had to be in Little Rock, and I think that question got asked. I think at one of the radio forums. They think I'm spending too much time in Little Rock, and my answer would be no. Two reasons. Number one, again, I've got a management team. Those lieutenants run that. I have a chief deputy, Captain Jeff Lewis, who, I'll tell you, he runs the day-to-day operations, and he is brilliant, and I depend on him. But when you look at the success we've had, because the problems we're having here in Baxter County typically are the problems they're having elsewhere in the state, okay? And I'm real proud of our record on that, because there's a lot of ideas that's originated here in Baxter County that has resonated and been passed. So, for example, there's more than, and I don't know the number, 24, 5, 6, 7, whatever, but more than 20 pieces of legislation that was an idea that was developed in our office that actually Captain Jeff Lewis typed on his computer, what we would call the rough draft of the bill, and then would be handed off to one of our senators or representatives. More than 20 pieces of legislation that originated from our office have been signed into law.
That's excellent.
A lot of them have to do with sex offenders. There's a long list.
There's a reason you're down there.
So there's a reason there, and I feel like that. I say this, and I know it's easy to brag on yourself, the sheriff's office. I can tell you, the Baxter County Sheriff's Office is well known and well respected across this entire, not only across the state, but across the country. We get calls, and when I run into other sheriffs, even Alabama, they follow us. They follow our website. They sign up to get our press release. So we're highly respected, and so when you go down and you meet with the legislators, or like on Tuesday, meeting with Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffin, and you meet with them, you're received. Recently, one of the senators has a call-in show in Benton, Arkansas. Okay, Senator Hammer asked me to join in on a call-in show because we were talking about crime. So he had his local sheriff, but had me call in from a perspective. That's a great honor.
Right.
But again, it's not just me. It's because our men and women work so hard up here for the sheriff's office, and it resonates.
I heard two things from you that make a great work environment. Of all the places I've ever worked that didn't do this, did do this, it was that you're open to recommendations. You allow them to speak freely, of course, in your meetings, and that's a big deal to me, because there are some leaders that don't listen, and they want to do it the way they want to do it. They don't even let people speak freely, give their ideas, nothing, and you do. And that's good for morale, that they feel like they're being listened to. And also that you trust your staff. You don't micromanage. You can go down to Little Rock and get these things accomplished, and that the place is not going to fall apart. And so those are the two things that I heard. Then that makes for a great work environment, and that's probably why the sheriff's office is respected the way it is.
Well, I think I appreciate that, and I do. And go back into even work ethics. I look at, and I've had a great working relationship with Judge Pendergrass. Right. And I know, occasionally people say, "Whoa, didn't y'all kind of have a little heated argument, at the end of the year?" And you know what? We had a disagreement over a particular issue, but we still get along fine. We've gotten along. We've worked together. I can tell you, going back, 3 or 4 years ago, when we got the jail tax passed, we had the expansion of the jail, which when I say I'm bragging on that, I'm bragging on the way it was accomplished. But I'm also,
the way it was paid for.
Yes, but I'm also bragging on Judge Pendergrass, because that was an idea. We knew we needed to expand the jail desperately. How do we get it done? And we knew we didn't have a maintenance operation to even fund the jail. And we had tried to get that passed, and it failed. So how are you going to get this passed? So an idea hit me, and when I called the judge that morning and we met, very receptive. And I will tell you, that would not have would not have happened. And I'm not even talking about the vote. We couldn't even have gotten on the ballot due to all of the things that had to happen if it had not been for Judge Pendergrass. So having a great working relationship with the county judge is important. And I can see from him, I mean, I'm not in the same building, but his vehicle's in front of the courthouse all hours of the day and night. He is available to take calls. So his work ethic, I feel, is just as good or not better than my own.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
And I think that's important. And so, knowing, you don't just come to work when you want and take off when you want. I mean, it's important that you have a good, strong work ethic, if you will. Early on, and I'm going to digress, but part of it too, I'm not going to ask you to do something I wouldn't do. So I don't care if it's you walk across the parking lot, there's a piece of trash, I'm going to pick it up. Okay, and I would expect my employees to do the same. We had a software change, which ended up being a fantastic thing on the collection of felony fines and restitution. We used to do it manually with ledger books. The Sheriff's Foundation actually purchased that software for us. Well, you have to convert the data. Well, there was no conversion because it was all handwritten. So we had to set a date that we were going to go live, and all of that data had to be inputted.
Manually inputted, right? Yeah.
Well, it became pretty painstakingly obvious we couldn't do it during the day because of the disruptions and whatever, and because it had to be obviously accurate. At first, I think some of the staff would go, I mean, there's many nights I worked till 1, 2 in the morning, and I would stay late and input because now it's quiet, there's no phones and whatever.
Yeah, you can get it done.
I'd get it there, and I'd get there at 4:30 or 5 in the morning and start inputting data, and the staff would stay over and to get it done. Well, to me, we're all in this together. We recently, a few years ago, we had a double homicide, and of course, it was all hands on deck and working around the clock for basically 48 hours. It didn't matter. I mean, we all rolled up our sleeves, and the good part about it is some of the leads that came in were, not. I mean, it was, you might say, it seemed pretty obvious that this was just a dead end. It didn't matter. You still got to run it down. It didn't matter. It didn't matter who you were, what rank you had, whether you were lieutenant, sergeant, or detective, or whoever. When that lead come in, the next one grabbed it and took off and went. And we worked together.
That's good.
And I think we have a great relationship with all the other law enforcement agencies. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're all right.
And I will say this, because you're talking about the trips down to Little Rock, stuff like that, but it is reassuring to know that your sheriff is involved in the bigger picture.
Exactly.
And not just focus only locally and this and that, but you being involved with that bigger picture allows you to see what's else is going on around us, how other places are starting to combat this or that. It just brings a little different atmosphere, and I'll tell you, I'm more comfortable knowing that you're involved in the bigger picture as well as local.
Well, I can tell you, I brought 2 ideas back from the meeting this week that we're going to be talking about today, actually, when I get to work, that I think will improve our ability of some services. So, and it's an idea that somebody else is doing.
Good. Well, with that, we're going to take a break and come back with Sheriff John Montgomery. And I want to touch on, because you had brought up the jail and, the tax money. And so we're going to come back about budget and spending.
Okay.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora of the Z-Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call. 870-405-0793. And check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to
to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Welcome back to the morning show. Sheriff John Montgomery is visiting with us, and so people like to talk about money, budget and spending. You think you're a conservative spender, would you say?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And so when the jail came about, that you needed to, improve it. I mean, you were ripping beds out of there to make a point, but then you came up with a plan. So you know more about that than I do. So the last 10 minutes that we have or so.
Well, I will tell you, this is the difficult thing sometimes for people to juggle, and I'm going to kind of get a little philosophical for a moment. I consider myself conservative in that I don't like to pay taxes, and I don't think we should have wasteful spending. It's like, if you want to get down in the weeds and say, could you have not had, chicken, you could have had bologna at home, you could do that. But so at the same time, if you think about it, county government, because I'm talking about obviously county government, exists for one reason, and that's to serve the public. There's no other reason it exists.
Right.
Now, to serve the public, we have to have human beings. And so whether you work for the sheriff's office or the clerk's office or the road and bridge or whoever, you have to have people that's going to work, and they have to have equipment to be able to provide those services.
Have the tools, yeah.
Now, how do we get funded? Well, we get funded with tax dollars, okay? So I lead up to the jail with that. So the problem, and a lot of times I say the challenge, but no, this was a problem. So when I took office, they had just moved from a 33-bed jail to a 100-bed jail. And so the daily average was actually probably in the upper 20s, right? When they built that new jail, they went out and borrowed the money, did a bond issue, and came up with, I don't remember what, $600,000 a year payback or whatever the number was, okay?
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything to help run it. Now, I'm not sure why they felt like you could run a 100-bed jail on the same budget as a 33-bed jail, because honestly, I wasn't sheriff at the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know why or how they sold that idea. I don't know.
But then you get in and you got to fix it.
And we didn't get to fix it. The problem was we had to live with it.
Yeah.
And so we struggled. And so over the years we went from, and so yes, did our budget go up? Well, it had to go up because there are certain things constitutionally we're required to do. We have to feed you, we have to clothe you, we have to protect you, we have to medicate you, we have to provide all the medical services we are required by the Constitution to do.
Right.
Okay? And so as the population goes up, obviously the cost goes up. So yes, our budget was going up, but the problem for the county was there's only so many tax dollars. Well, because the Constitution, I'm required to do those things, well, now we're taking funds away from other services that the county should be providing. It's a catch-22. So then all of a sudden, the population jail just kept growing, and it went from 30 to 50 to 70 to 80. And so when we were at times running 130 to 150 people in a 100-bed jail.
Right.
So they're sleeping on the floor, which has other ramifications. It's a safety issue for our staff. It's a safety issue for the inmates. We had to do something. So the problem, how do we go to the taxpayers? Again, as a conservative person, how do I go to the taxpayers and say, I need you to pay more tax?
Right.
But at the same time, how are we going? There's no other option.
Yeah.
So the idea, again, hit me, and was kind of doing it on a calculator at home one night. And so I called the judge the next day and went and met with Judge Pendergrass, and I said, look, and he first was like, oh, the math doesn't work. And I go, well, you do it. And after he punched, he goes, you know what? Maybe
it does work.
Maybe it does.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, what would the cost? And it was funny. And I say funny. I said, I'm basing this on a $4 million expansion. I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. Well, it ended up being almost exactly $4 million, as it turns out, because the process, there's a process, and it's a good process that you have to go through, and you have to get, got to get the buy-in, and then you had to meet with architects, and they actually had to lay out a plan, so you had to have an approximate dollar figure before you could ever then go. In this particular case, and I can't compliment Judge Pendergrass enough, in order to get it done, and to get it done and get it on the ballot, we basically had 45 days. And even he said, there's no way.
Right.
Well, there was a way, and we pulled it off. Now, then you had to go sell it to the public. And we said, and this I will say, I don't know of a case, but every single elected official, I'm talking from the treasurer, the clerk, the assessor, quorum court members, every single elected official bought in.
They backed it.
And I don't know, I'm sure it's happened elsewhere, but not that I can remember, where everybody was absolutely set, because it did two things. It was going to solve my issue, but now all of a sudden the county is not scrambling because they are having to fund this. It freed up the money so that now better services could be provided. So went to the public, we went to every fire department meeting. I spoke to groups that didn't even know existed.
Right.
The Bluebird Society. I mean, I literally, every chance I got, I went and spoke and showed. Had flip charts, not even PowerPoint, Scooter. I had flip charts. Still have those, by the way. Flip charts to show them how this was going to work. And the voters approved it with roughly 70-30. Now, that's a testament to them, because here's what he did. If you weren't here at the time, and a lot of people moved in, we asked for a 1-cent sales tax for 6 months. And the voters approved it. We collected the sales tax for 6 months and completely, 100% paid for the expansion of the jail, which was roughly $4 million.
Right.
We waited purposely 3 more months till Christmas was over, and then kicked in a 1/4 cent to run the jail.
Right.
And that 1/4 cent is not only running the jail, but it's allowed me to get the staffing that I need.
Right.
And it's still funding the jail. And so it's freed up the money over in the county side so that now that money can be used to provide better services for the people. So again, I am conservative, but there's a point where you have to go, you know what, we need, that's our job, is to provide services. And so that takes money.
And it has to come from somewhere.
And let me say this, anybody that talks about, I hear this all the time, tax and spend. No, Baxter County is not that way. I think, and with elected officials meet monthly, we run a tight ship. And so, to do that, and the surplus, again, because of that conservative, tight ship, protect the tax dollars, the county has a surplus. Now, I think we need to have a surplus because, things happen. Right?
Sure, you got to have a backup.
You got to have a backup. And so it's kind of like a savings account, if you will. And we're not in the business of having a savings account, but you do need some funds there. But it's also allowed us to do things to provide better services for the public. And so, again, I'm just...
And that you were talking about, we've only got a couple of minutes left.
Not if he doesn't click the button.
Well, that's true.
There you go. We can keep going on Facebook forever.
I watched a show you did with Bob last month, and you had talked about you saved your pennies for a full body camera in the jail.
Full body scanner.
Or full body scanner, and that it was worth every penny that you saved to buy it.
I'm telling you, I can't begin to tell you what a big, huge tool that is for us. We've caught drugs that, I'm sorry, without getting too detailed, they smuggle them in
I think we know
body
what you're
cavities.
Talking about. Yeah.
We continuously find stuff that they're trying to sneak in and smuggle in, and we won't get into all the Fourth Amendment requirements of why that becomes necessary for that scanner. It actually, and it is safe, by the way, in case you may want, because we actually found a lady that didn't know she was pregnant, and that showed that she was, and a pregnancy test confirmed that.
Wow.
So it is a unbelievable tool that's been added, and and I'm going to say safety.
Right.
It's a huge safety thing. Not only for my staff, but if you smuggle stuff in and you pass it out and somebody overdoses, an inmate overdoses and dies, I mean, that's,
Kind of feel like that's it's not on you, but it is on me.
Okay,
so
I mean,
yeah,
it is. And
so having that prevents it.
So again, it's just but those are things that we've been able to do. And so again, thank you to the voters that not only voted the tax in and to help us get it done. And real quick, that 1 cent, remember, that expansion of the jail is totally paid for.
Right.
So all the counties around us that did an expansion recently, they're still paying their bond issue year after year after year.
Right, and interest on that?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah. So there you go.
That's
You
awesome.
say, he's fiscal conservative. He saves his money and buys stuff with cash, so we don't have to. And with that, we've got like seconds left. I appreciate you coming on.
Go vote.
Yes.
Early voting starts
June.
next Tuesday. There's a runoff election in the Quorum Court District in District 10, which is the Cotter-Gassville area, and there's also county judges. It is important.
Yes.
Go vote.
June 21st is a very important day. And with that, we thank you for watching the show. Thank you, Sheriff, for coming on and dealing with my nervousness.
I'm nervous too, so don't worry about it.
Appreciate that. Have a good day.